I know it has. What's up? How you doing? Thanks. Yeah. I've been working on some stuff, rearranging some things, and my schedule is a lot better now, so I'll definitely be able to be doing more videos. I've been very active on TikTok, you guys, so if you guys didn't know that already, you can find me on TikTok. I've been doing a shit ton of videos on TikTok actually because it's a lot less time consuming. My camera seems to be blurry right now. There we go. Hey, how you doing, Arabian Princess? How's everything been? Hey, Bookworm. What got scary? What happened? Since I wasn't active. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was wiping my camera because it was blurry. It had like some moisture on it. Thank you. I barely realized that. Another YouTuber, that's a pretty good friend of mine, he messaged me today and he's like telling me about telling me that I reached 3K. I didn't even realize it. But thank you guys. Thank you for the continued support. It's just gotten really busy since I had moved to Colorado, and I had to shift some things around, but things are a lot better now. I even picked up a day job for a while. I'm not even gonna lie. I picked up a day job for a while because the energies were different here. So when the energy shifted, I had to work something else just to continue to bring stuff in. But then I got multiple means of revenue, and I decided that it was no longer fit for me to hold on to that job when I wasn't making as much as I was making from my other streams of income. So now I'm definitely going to have time to be able to make videos and things of that sort and be able to regularly be posting. I also want to know what other kind of content would you guys like to be seeing? What else would you guys like for me to be talking about? I'm good. I'm good, Arabian Princess. I really am. How are you doing? Also, I know there were some people who were asking me where to find good ritual music. And I want to recommend a YouTuber that's really awesome. He definitely needs more followers. His name is Pavle is Dead. Pavle is Dead has some really great music that you can utilize to connect directly to all sorts of different spirits and currents. He collabs with VK Jehanam and other occultists often, and he has a lot of good content. Like, I highly recommend him. I even use his ritual music for when I'm going into ritual. Okay. More videos on how to tell if you're talking to the spirits that you're wanting to. Okay. Okay. I can definitely do that. I love telling them because there's always something crazy, there's always some crazy stuff that's happening. Recently, I've been connecting more with the energies of nature, working with elemental spirits, um, and connecting to the energies of the deceased elementals. So it's definitely been really, really cool. There's been some very interesting happenings. Thank you. Hi, Energy. How you been? How have things been? I haven't talked to. There's a lot of you guys I haven't talked to in a while, and I'm sorry. Also, sorry, Arabian Princess. Happy New Year. I'm just looking at all the comments in the chat, just to make sure I catch everybody. Black Ninja, yeah, I could make videos on that. I could definitely talk about that for sure. Yeah, everything's okay. Everything was great. It's just things just change. When you move to a different state, you have to conjure up the energies in your favor again. Out here, I had to do some rites to be able to continue to have energy coming to me. So I visited a couple graveyards, a couple banks to be able to secure my finances, to make sure that I will be stable out here because the energies were very different than that of Las Vegas. So I had to establish a foundation here. And it's a lot better now. You're not doing anything wrong. Honestly, Black Ninja, you're not doing anything wrong. No. It is normal to light a candle before seeing them. Yeah, you can give them the candle as an offering or a dedication, a gift to them. Exactly. Are there occultists that are rich? Yes. There are occultists that are rich. There are occultists that are very well off because of what they do, because of their dedication, honestly. I wouldn't say rich necessarily, but very well off. Yeah. Thanks, Spiritual Plug. Thank you. Appreciate it. Energy, what have you been up to? A lot of the presidential elects and candidates are involved in the occult heavily. And if they're not, then they know people who are. They even hire people for rituals to be able to get them to the top or get into positions that they're in. Hmm. Any other books? Well, I mean, look, the thing is, you have to continue practicing it. It's not something that you're just going to understand or get overnight. Like, you really have to dedicate yourself to wanting it. It's not something that was super easy for me. It wasn't something that I could just do automatically. It's very similar to when you're initiating into some other system like Kujian, for example. You have to initiate yourself for like 6 months. You have to be working with the techniques of astral projection and astral traveling for at least 2 to 3 months before you actually see any results. Like, honestly, there's some people who are not going to have an easy time with it because you have to keep going. You have to keep going and keep pushing to work out those muscles that pertain to you getting the ability to astral travel. You have to get them used to doing it, and you'll have the ability to do it. Hmm. Congrats, you got an award. That's awesome. That's freaking awesome. I'm gonna go check it out. Hmm. You can't control it. Keep practicing with it. Keep on practicing with it. I would say start off by creating like an astral temple, visualizing a temple space that you can go to and just remember it the same way each time. You know, go in there, create create visual cues and things of that sort that make you feel comfortable being within that astral temple. And then each time that you utilize it, you'll have the ability to go right there, and it'll make it a lot easier for you to you'll make it a lot easier for yourself to project, a lot easier for yourself to control it as well. You just have to be a little more relaxed when you're moving to the states of being out of body. Um, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that. There are a lot of them, but a lot of them tend to like to keep their wealth and success a secret. So when it comes down to it, there are some that there's some that like to keep it a secret. A lot of the politicians and things of that sort, like I said, they are involved in the occult. Michael Jackson, exactly. He was too. A lot of the really top artists, they're involved in the occult. But see, majority of them don't even know that they're involved in it. They sign those contracts and they're going into black packs of sort, but they're being assigned to random energies. The producers, the directors, they have control. Most of the young kids that are getting famous these days doing music, the directors and the producers have creative control over all of their content. So if they want to put satanic things in there, then they will. If they want to put things in there that make it seem like this person is into shit that they're not, then they will. That's how it works. The music industry is full of a lot of manipulative and pretty fucking tactical, strategic, crazy motherfuckers. The industry turns a lot of these people out. That's why you see so many different artists going crazy every year, literally every month. There's always a new story about someone that lost their mind. Someone's bipolar now, someone's this, someone's that. It's because of all of this shit that they're working with. I wouldn't say she was a Satanist, but she was someone that started to get heavily involved in energies that were connecting to that of industry. That's awesome energy. I've heard your lyrics. Like, I've definitely seen some of your videos. I like your content. The vibe is fucking dope for sure. You got to keep going. You're locking yourself out. No, that's not extremely bad. No. Well, there are some people who believe that the Goetia is a part of your subconscious mind. For myself, I don't believe that. I believe that those energies are literally, those are outside of us. So they can influence things that are outside of us. They can influence things that are inside of us too. If we do allow them to come in and possess us, if we do allow them to come in and we do invocations to, be transmutated, if we're wanting to have some type of transformation from them, yes. But I don't believe that they're actually inside of us. No. Because you have to remember, these are gods that are bound to different images that have been in different cultures, that have been sent to different places, different areas. So they're not going to be within us. They're going to be outside. They're going to be in other realms. because they've been here long before us. They can't be within us if they've been here long before us. So they're everywhere else. I don't know. That's what I believe. Exactly. Exactly. What's up, 93? How you been? Mm-hmm. That is an Indian word. And that energy just made me feel like I was connecting with some kind of yogic energy. Mm-hmm. They could be invoked, yeah, to be inside, to have transformation, to have you the ability to transform something about you. So, for example, I'll give a really good example. Okay, someone like Beaufrey. Okay, if you're connecting with someone like Beaufrey or someone like Nergal, and you're wanting to have a necroscopic transformation, you would invoke someone like them to come into your body and transform you to make you more well, really to make you less susceptible to being hurt from the death current and the death essence, because a lot of us that work with necromantic energies, we use the death essence, we use feeding methods and send the death essence to other people who we might be vampirizing or feeding on. When you're utilizing these means, you really want to make sure that you understand how to move the death essence throughout your body so that you're not holding it in and poisoning yourself, while you're at it. You have to make sure that you're extremely cautious when it comes down to invocation and what you're asking for, because you will be changed. You will be transformed if you're doing the rituals the right way. And yes, evocation is something in which you're going to be asking of something to be brought forth to you. Evocation can bring things to you physically, whereas invocation, that's going to be an alchemical transformation. It might be a mental transformation, mental work, energetic work, things of that sort. Carl Jung, are you talking about the one who created the concept of, Jungian shadows, things of that sort? I think he has some truth to, there's some truth to some of his work. But when it comes down to it, some of his stuff was just like, you know. Some stuff was good. Some stuff I just feel like, yeah. You think you're holding something in? Can you physically get hurt? You can physically get hurt if you're being disrespectful to demons. Yes, you can physically get hurt if you're offending, you know, a spirit that you might be trying to conjure up or connect with. Yes. But when it comes down to it, you have to make sure that you are aware of what it is that you want. Make sure you know what you want when you're calling to them. Make sure you know what they can do. Make sure you know what they specialize in. Make sure you know what offends them and what doesn't offend them. Each and every single one of them has different things that they react to. They have different emotions. They're all going to have different feelings. They're all going to have different perspectives. They all will be different depending on what they specialize in. So there are some people who can get seriously hurt, yes, depending on what it is that they're asking of, depending on what it is that they're willing to do, depending on their intentions. And a lot of these spirits, when you're connecting with them, they know your intention in the first place. So whether or not they're going to make something happen for you would definitely ultimately be up to you and them, depending on what your intention is, quite honestly. That's okay. Yes, there are books that are great for that. Yeah. Let me see. What's his name? I know that Rom is really good with let me see. Rage, yeah. Rom is really good with mathematics. Pyman is extremely fucking good with mathematics. I know that Bune's good with mathematics too. You could connect with someone like Lucifer. Beelzebub is great with mathematics. Um, I know Vual loves mathematics. Vapar does. C3 is good with that kind of stuff too. Osei is very good with mathematics too. There are a lot of them that are really good with science and mathematics. Alusir, if I'm saying his name right, because I'm drawing a blank, but he does really good. He's really great with mathematics as well. There are a lot of them. Have I worked with Lord Leviathan? Yeah, I have. For protective works, yes. And to help with bringing forth the right energies, if I feel like I'm not confident in who it is that I'm summoning, I can call to Leviathan and he'll guarantee that who he's bringing forward is the right energy. What's up, Red Light? See, sometimes on these damn things, I draw blanks, so I'm not able to actually like answer the questions fully. See, what I'm connecting to, Carl, when you're talking about Babaji, I feel like Babaji is the energy of like shapeshifter spirits. It's like a jinnic energy. It feels like energies that are connected to jinn. They're shadow-esque and they're very low to the ground. Awesome. Leviathan is awesome for protection. Well, exactly, Fig, but that's exactly what's happening when they're answering your question. They answer your question in just that way. You feel like your energy is reacting, but it's actually them. That is your guides communicating with you. Yes, I would recommend that book. It's awesome. Who is good for music and arts? Asmodeus. Moloch is fucking awesome for music. King Pyman is awesome for music. Grimmery is great for music. Beelzebub is great for musicians as well. Lucifuge Rofocael is great for music as well. Um, I would recommend Asmodeus. Maimon is awesome with music too. But my top, my top favorite that I would recommend if you're working with music, I would say connecting with someone like Moloch. Moloch is awesome. Moloch is amazing when it comes to musical workings. What is his name? I forgot his name. How do you mend a relationship with them? Well, if say you offended them or you upset them or something like that, you can make them something, like cook them some food, and let it be known while you're cooking the food that you are wanting to give this to them as a gift. You can write them a letter. You can make a nice little heartfelt, little gift that you can tie to a balloon and float into the air. They like shit like that too. You can say a daily like oration to them, make them a song, do a freestyle for them. They like things like that. Depending on what spirit you're connecting with, you can give them means of those things to be able to ask them and connect with them and ask them for, for their forgiveness if you've offended them or if you feel like, you might have, lost their trust or earned their distrust. There are a lot of things you can do, but that's what I would do if I had offended any spirit or set them off and they didn't want to connect with me. Bure, 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 Stolos is great for that. Let me see. I know Surtur is really awesome for that too. Furfur. Who else? Arctic Sun, Lord Shiva is great for that. Kali Ma is great for that. What's her name? Bastet. Bastet is really awesome to help you with traumas and heartbreaks and things of that sort too. Physically getting into shape. Bastet is awesome. Sekhmet is really good for that. Horus, Anubis, very motivational when it comes to you working out. Give me 1 second, okay? Give me 1 second. All right. So, let me see what was said. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Anubis is awesome. I really enjoy connecting with him. When am I posting more videos? I'll be posting more videos in the coming days. Like, I can't promise you guys when it's going to be, but probably in the next 2 or 3 days. I won't promise that, but I likely will be making more videos then. I know that person is another good energy to connect with when it comes down to motivation, uplifting yourself. Astaroth, Lucifer, Fornius. Bifrons is very motivational. Larray is really awesome too. Berith, Hajinti, Vapula. And these are most of the ones that I've met and connected with. Another one for music too, Baphomet. Aguirres for languages as well. Aguirres can help you with vampiric magic too, but he can also help you to understand the parts of yourself that you might have suppressed. He can also help you to remove parasites as well. Vampiric magic, someone like Sobnok, Aguirres, Amy is very good with vampiric magic. Aim is very good with vampiric magic. Halfas, Furkos can help you with strength as well. Andromalius is good with vampiric magic. Crokel is good with vampiric magic too. I know that Valefor is also another one that's good with vampiric magic. So is Shax. Mm-hmm. No problem. Of course. And then also, Davis, if you're more inclined to connecting with, vampiric, more feminine magic, I would recommend connecting with someone like Nahemoth, connecting with someone like Lilith as well. Those are really awesome energies too. Brian, you want to know how you can start? I read that message, don't worry. I'm reading everybody's messages. Don't even worry, you guys. Like, I'm trying to get to every single one. I'm making sure I'm reading everything. I haven't been active, so everybody deserves to be, like, acknowledged. I'm going to be reading everyone's messages, everything. How does one begin? I would say begin with meditation, calming your mind, Bringing your mind to stillness is going to give you the ability to actually communicate, but actually bring yourself some peace, you know? Because our minds are always racing. They're always bringing up and feeling into every single thing that's around us. And then, not to mention, you have so many things that are on your subconscious mind that you don't even get to process. So there's thoughts that are in the forefront in your conscious mind that just come up and they're super random. And those random thoughts are there because your mind isn't clear. You're not giving them the ability to actually be released. So they're being trapped. And while they're being trapped, they tend to, you know, those energies, they won't go against you. I won't say that, but those energies will start to stagnate you. They'll start to hold you back because there's so many of them. They cause distractions. But when you clear them out, or when you're meditating, see what happens is you allow those thoughts to not be processed. You allow those thoughts to come forth and leave on their own. They dissipate and they won't have any other energy that they pull onto or latch onto to create any more conflict. You'll give them the ability to leave in peace. Can I do channeling videos? Yeah, for sure. Who do you want for me to channel? Hathor is awesome. I really love Hathor too. And that's okay. That's all right. See, Razion, if you get a mala, I can guarantee you won't get bored. But you also will go deeper into meditation. If you have something that you're touching, that you're counting, especially if you're counting beads, you won't get bored. You won't get bored at all. Channel King Pyman. See, when it comes to the Orishas, I'm not someone who's initiated into the Orishas. So if I do something like that, it could be disrespectful to the pantheon of, you know, ATR. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to disrespect my ancestors or any of that sort. So I'm not going to do anything pertaining to invocation or possession of any of the Orishas out of respect for my ancestors. I'm not initiated. I'm not someone who is a santero, anything like that. So I'm not going to do that. That's one thing that I won't do. When it comes to demons and things of that sort, I'll do possessions and invocation videos and things of that sort for you on that. But when it comes to that pantheon, I'm not touching that. I apologize, but I'm just not. Okay. Yeah, there are a ton of ways of meditation for sure. Do I work with my ancestors as my light energy? No fucking way. I mean, there are some energies that I work with for, you know, to calm me down, grounding and things of that sort, but majority of the energies that I work with pertaining to my ancestors they're dark. For example, when I'm working with Elegua, I'm working for protection, things of that sort, cleansing, warfare, you know, stuff like that. If I'm working with Yamaya, it'd be the same thing because Yamaya is the equivalent of Astaroth. Like the energies are very similar. The aspects are very similar. So no, they have their dark sides. I appreciate the darker side, of my ancestors. I appreciate the darker side when I'm working with them because it's extremely empowering. And that's why I'm on this path in the first place. I love it. It's really cool. What time is it? It is 11:12. Okay. Do they change shape to see how you would react? I haven't seen Belial as a woman yet. I've seen Belial as a male. When it comes down to energies showing up to you as females, though, demons, there have been majority of the demons in the Goetia have showed up to me as female. So I will say that is his color. Seeing a green female come up to you while you're connecting with him, that is one of the colors that is associated with him. It could very well be him showing up as a female. But I will say, don't jump to conclusions, You should go forward with utilizing some means of identifying who they are, like using some kind of, tarot deck, using soul cards, using a pendulum, using a divinatory method to be able to make you more confident so you can understand whether or not that energy is a trickster spirit or not. That's okay. Yeah. So, Arctic, if you want to hear them, the way I hear them is meditation. So I'll meditate, right? Say if I'm going to do, okay, say if I have like an hour and 30-minute reading that someone wants to do. Before I do the reading, probably like 2 hours before I do the reading, I will relax, I'll meditate, and I'll try to tune into as much energy as possible pertaining to that person. It's as easy as asking, what can you tell me about this person? What can you tell me about this? What can you tell me about that? Your thoughts are going to start to come forward. Telepathy is something that's going to start to develop. So literally before you become clairaudient, you're going to need to work on the telepathy. You're going to need to work on utilizing that ability first. The more you ask those questions, the more you're going to get the ability to get those answers. You might be already using it and not realizing it. It probably seems like you don't hear them, but they're answering things in your thoughts. Because I can guarantee you, when you're communicating with Kali and she's showing you images, she definitely will telepathically communicate with you. That's one of her strong suits. It's one of the main ways that she communicates. It's probably just something that has to be a little more cleared and worked on, and that's okay. But that's an ability that'll come forth as you continue to use it. It's not really easy to utilize, but most definitely. I know, remember? It's crazy. Like everything just completely shifted and changed. It's pretty awesome though. I was just going hard. I saw how Jupiter was. Jupiter had 10K, right? She had 10K subscribers. And I was like, how the hell did you get to 10K? And she was just like, I just do this. So she taught me. She's the one that taught me how to edit videos. She taught me how to put music in the background, cutting things out, told me to add the intro, doing things like that. And then me and her we just started being in competition because we made it extremely competitive when it came to doing our videos. And then we just started to crank out a bunch of fucking content. She started doing her tarot videos. I started doing my stuff. Me and her compete with a lot of different stuff because it's fun. That's okay. Adding more light energies to your, adding more light energies. Okay. Well, work with, work with some archangels. Yeah. I'm just still going. But also, I've been working on my credit a lot, and that's increased a ton too. Jupiter's a freaking genius when it comes to credit and stuff. So when it comes to advice for credit or fixing your credit and shit like that, she is a genius. Like, she's been helping me get my score up ridiculously, and I hadn't even had a credit score. Celebrate with purple hair again? Right? No, I'm telling you, the purple hair was all Bune. The purple and the blue hair and all that shit, that was Bune. Like, because I was working so close to her, she wanted me to do my hair those colors. It was like, when I did those things, it gave me more of the ability to embody Bune, embodying and connecting with the energies of Bune. But those are also really deeply connected to necromancy, So when I was using those colors and had my hair that way, that was when I was really fucking connected to Bune. Really connected to her. Yeah, I loved it too. It was really fun. But it was like full-blown transformation when I was connecting with those energies. Any books or writings that will further your understanding? Yeah, there's a ton of them out there. Depending on, well, Brian, first I want to ask you, what do you want to work with? Ask yourself that. What kind of energies do you want to work with? Because there's a ton of them. What current do you want to work with? Do you want to work with necromancy? Do you want to work with the shadows? Do you want to work with nature? Do you want to work with, energies pertaining to poisons? Do you want to work with mathematics? Do you want to work with writing? Do you want to work with music? What are your what are the things that you love to do? What are things that you're motivated to do? And when you ask yourself that, you'll give yourself the ability to know who it is that you can connect with, but also what kind of books you can read. Because I can recommend books all day long, but if you don't know exactly what it is that you want to do or what you feel your forte is, then what's the point, you know? Ask yourself those things. What do you feel you're good at? What do you like the most? What are you the most attracted to? No problem. No problem. The best method for visualization, when it comes to visualization, what I like to do is I'll create like a little setting for myself. So in my head, I'll start off really simple. For example, say I'm envisioning myself, because the hardest thing to do, believe it or not, is to visualize yourself. It's so hard to actually see yourself as who you are in your vessel. Like that's the hardest thing. Well, for me at least. But when it comes down to seeing any other person, I can see them. I can see anyone that I'm trying to connect to. I can see their faces. I can't see my face. I don't see myself when I'm visualizing myself. So I'll envision myself sitting in like a field, maybe like a field of grass, flowers, sitting on a mountain. It doesn't matter. Try to focus on something in front of you, like a bowl or the grass, the tree, anything that's very, very simplistic that you can easily envision changing the color of or changing the look of and change the color of it. Try to use 5 colors and change the colors of them. So say if you have a tree in front of you, right? You can envision the tree as being brown and then visualize the tree being green next to that brown tree. And then as you progress and you practice more with this, then envision the tree being red. And then you can add a purple tree after that. And then try to envision all of the trees at once with 5 colors. Yeah. Meditation. Meditation is how you're going to unlock that ability, honestly. Grounding and meditation. You feel like you're someone who's more apt to connecting with the energies of nature, too. So go outside, ground, find a tree to connect with. Oak trees are really awesome, and they're very friendly energies to connect with, too. So go find a tree, sit down with that tree, connect to it. Let that tree know that you want to connect with the essence of nature. Let that tree know that you wish to be cleared and purified, and that tree will do that for you. The elemental kingdom is really awesome, and they will help you a ton with your abilities of sight as well. How often should you meditate? Ultimately, that's up to you. That's ultimately up to you to decide, because you can meditate every day if you want to. You can meditate, once a week if you want to. I would recommend people who are beginners to try and do at least 15 minutes a day to build up, that patience and to build up the mental clarity. So then you won't have to be doing it every day and you can do it every once in a while. How often do I meditate? I meditate every day. I try to meditate every single day. At least 15 minutes. No, you don't need a goetic circle. Goetic circles are shit that pertains to King Solomon. That is stuff that comes from Christianity as well. So when you're using the goetic circle, you're using those names like Ate, Malkuth, Vegedula, Vegebura. You're using those. Those are names of God. You're saying pieces that pertain to names of God to bring forward the energies of the Goetia, which is disrespectful. Like it's disrespectful to the spirits of the Goetia. So if you're using those circles, you're commanding them into the circles. You're commanding them. You're telling them that you want this, you want that, but you're forcing it upon them. So you can use a spiritual circle, but it doesn't have to. It don't have to do anything. It doesn't have to have anything to do with Solomon. Doesn't have to have anything to do with keys. Doesn't have anything to do with, you know, anything pertaining to anything other than your protection. Because the reason why those methods were created in the first place was because so many magicians that practiced the dark arts, they feared that the spirits were a certain way because of the influence of Christianity. Yes, that's awesome. What's up, 305? How you doing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've had really good experiences since I've stopped using circles as well. And I was only using circles in the beginning and using, you know, those banishing methods, things of that sort, when when I kind of like feared those energies. But likely, you know, probably like a year after that, a year into this, I stopped using them. I stopped using them altogether. Now, when I create a circle, I create a circle of demonic energy. So I'll call to Lilith. I'll call to Isis. I'll call to energies like Belphegor, and I'll call to energies like Leviathan in, you know, each of the directions to be able to call them forward and protect my energy, but also raise a sacred space to call whoever it is that I'm calling for and give me the ability to truly be communicating with who I intentionally wanted to communicate with in the first place. Would it provoke them to be more aggressive? I feel like it really depends on which spirit you are, you know, connecting with. Because in the past, like I said, when I first connected with King Paimon, I did fear King Paimon. I used to also fear Bune as well when I first started working with Bune. When I made my pact with Bune, it was fucking insane because I did fear Bune. I was scared. But both of them, not Bilal, Bune and King Paimon, they reassured me that everything was fine. They reassured me that everything was going to be okay. And that if I didn't want to work with them, I knew exactly what to do. They would leave if I didn't want to work with them, if I didn't want to connect with them, you know. But as I worked with them more, I became a lot more confident, and that fear was completely gone. Hell, I had a fear of scorpions, I had a fear of tarantulas, I had a fear of I had a fear of all types of shit. And remember, when I was working with King Paimon, I literally put that scorpion on my head. King Paimon told me, well, Jupiter told me that I wasn't down to do it. But then King Paimon told me that if I was to do it, then that the guy was going to put a scorpion on my face and that I need to be aware that that was what's to come. So I put the tarantula on my face and it was crawling around. He put another tarantula on me. He put two boas on my neck, around my neck that I was holding on to on opposite sides. He put a hedgehog in my hand, and then he put a fucking scorpion on my nose. And King Paimon started laughing. There was nothing that I could do. I had to have them sit on my face because if I panicked, guess what? The scorpion was gonna right on my nose. So what can you do when that happens? You have to just let it happen. So I let them crawl on my face. My face was fucking twitching because the little bristles, the little hairs from the scorpion's legs were like pricking into my skin. It felt so weird. It was like a 1,000 tiny little needles just touching my skin and rubbing against my skin. And the tarantula started to crawl in my ear. It was all over here. All of these damn things were so calm. I was surprised that they were so calm. And then the guy took the scorpion off of my face. He took the tarantulas off. He took all of those things away from me. The only thing I got fucking bit by was the hedgehog. I got bit by a hedgehog. Can you believe that? The hedgehog bit me. Kind of, yeah. Scorpions feel so weird on your skin when they're crawling on you. Like, it's a weird feeling. No, things can and will go wrong if someone doesn't have enough means of protection. You can never have too much protection. You can never have too much security, honestly. So when things go wrong, that's because someone was half-assing something or they were disrespectful. That's when things go wrong. Yeah, it was insane. It was fucking insane. And that was like a really big milestone in my, on my path. So when I saw that, I didn't have arachnophobia anymore. I wasn't scared of scorpions. I'm not scared of snakes anymore. I'm not scared of crickets. I'm not scared of insects. I'm not scared of any animals anymore. And Beelzebub made sure that he put an end to that shit when he came to visit me as a swarm of those giant Japanese fucking hornets. He came to visit me in a dream as a swarm of those. It was a man with a suit on, and the face, his entire face, his head was made of a swarm of hornets. Just imagine that. That was scary as fuck. That stopped me from being scared of bees and all of that shit. Yeah, yeah, I've had some insane experiences. Working with the energies of the Fae, working with the Fae, I see a lot of scorpions. I've been eaten from fucking scorpions working with King Paimon. A lot of these entities you're going to be working with, they're going to want you to face your fears. Awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm really glad that you got some good results from it. See, that's why I wanted to start teaching that, because there were so many people who were reading, the what was that book? I forgot which book it was, but there was books that were teaching people that when you're negotiating with a demon, you can't negotiate too much, or you can't make your own terms. You can make your own terms. You can negotiate with them, and they will agree with you if there's things that you guys can both agree upon. That's why that's why I wanted to offer pack making. That's why I have that service, because I want you guys to understand that you can negotiate with them. You can talk to them. When I first learned that from Bune, I was like, okay. Because when I first started talking to Bune and I was first making that pact, the first one, even when Jupiter was making her pact, we were both just like, what the fuck? I hear Bune responding to me. I'm like, Bune was like 6 months. I'm like, 6 months, 6 months. I could do 6 months, a year. You're going to work with me for a year. I was like, a year? Yes, I want this offering. I want this from you. I want this from you. I want this. Well, I want this from you. In exchange for this offering, I want you to give me this. I want you to give me this. I'm planning this out. I'll do this for you, this and this and this and this, and we'll do it in this way. And when we did that in that way, Bune agreed to those things. I agreed to those things. Jupiter couldn't communicate with Bune, but that was okay. I even negotiated the terms with Bune for Jupiter too, which was fine, And that's when I started offering that service, when I realized that I was getting the results from it, and it was great results. That's why that will be one of my permanent services, because I really enjoy pact making. Okay, what's up, Jacob? How you doing? Go ahead. Fire away. You had to water it down a little bit. Yeah, that shit's intense. That can be intense. I can definitely understand that. So, what can you do or perform to increase your wealth? Finding. Hold on. Okay. Working with energies of demons that pertain to wealth. You can work with energies like that. You can make a pact for that wealth. and, taking the steps to bring that forward. I would recommend doing a pact. Like honestly, make a black pact with a spirit for that financial gain. It's really awesome. For myself, I've seen great results from it. I've seen great results from it for sure. Um, because it's a dedication to yourself. It's proving to you that you can make that happen. Honestly, the energies or the spirits that you make a pact with, they will come forward and help you. They'll put means into your life to make it easier for you to achieve what it is that you were asking of. But they are not necessarily making that shit happen. You're the one making it happen. They're just opening certain doors for you so you can move into different roads that are on your path that are being opened. Well, that could be a parasitic entity. That could be a parasitic energy. It could be Arctic Sun. If you, I'm not sure because I haven't really read the Legend. Someone like Hajinti would be awesome for that. Let me see. I have her card right here. Haagenti. Hajinti. Haagenti. Past life shadow work? I don't know. I haven't really had experiences with that. I've had dreams and experiences in dreams where I've seen my past lives and I've died. But that was just shit that was at random. Like it came out of nowhere. I didn't induce it or anything. That's about it. I haven't had any real experiences with past lives after that, like whatsoever. Have I ever made a pact with Belial? No, but I do love Belial for court workings, protection of police, corrupt cops, harassment, things of that sort, getting rid of people. I like Belial for that. I work very close to Belial when it comes to those things. I haven't made a pact with him, though, no. I believe the last energy that I made a pact with was Berith. Berith. Awesome, cool. Give me 1 second, okay, Arctic? So those energies, Arctic, those are energies that are connected to, because what this is what my guides are saying. Those are energies connected to the spirits that you work with. So if you focus on them and you connect with them, but just focus on the energy and focus on, what it is that you have seen in the past. Since you've seen them and you can connect with them, it'll give you the ability to understand how to work with those energies. These are animals that are, it's like aspects of your deities, pretty much. So I don't think they're parasites, actually. I don't think they're parasites at all. That's funny, Autumn. That's funny. Of course. Of course. Wow, we've already been live for an hour. It's been an hour already. Can you guys believe that? It's pretty cool. I've only been doing this for 2 years. 2 years, honestly. I've only been working with demons and connecting with the Infernal Divine for 2 years. I've been someone who's studied and practiced with the psychic abilities all my life, but when it comes to demonic energies, only 2 years, quite honestly. Sounds good. That's all right, Jacob. There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you. Yeah. It's just because even before I got onto the path, of, really working closely with demonic energies and black magic, I was already someone who was heavily dedicated to my abilities. I was already super dedicated to them. I was studying every single day. Thank you. I really appreciate it. No, that's okay, Arctic. I really appreciate that. But I feel like those entities that are in your chakras that you were describing, those are connected to those are connected to your spirits. Those are connected to the deities that you work with. I don't think there's any parasites. I don't think you have any parasites at all. Yeah, I'm telling you. When I did this, the first two, I'm telling you, the first two spirits energetically that I had ever connected to that had energies that pertain to demonic magic were King Paimon and Santissima Muerte. Like honestly, those were the main two that got me onto this path. Those were the main two that made me more comfortable with understanding and being around demonic energies. Well, Carl, you probably are connecting to energies of Lemora then. That's probably what's going on. Sorry, there was a piece of my cat's fur that's been flying around. It's been bothering me. I've been watching it just float in the air because I have a flame tip Persian and he sheds a lot. So his fur is always in the freaking air. It gets all over our clothes, especially our black clothes, and it gets so messy. I love that cat though. Yeah, I know Manly P Hall. Yeah. Yes. Um, sorry. How do I feel about dark workers and light workers? I feel like they're one and the same, you know, because I work with darker energies, but my goal when it comes down to helping my clients or people who are getting readings from me, my goal is to help them become sovereign. That's the end result that I want. That's my intent. To help them become sovereign, to help them to understand who it is that they are. No. No, I'm not a Freemason. No. No. I'm just a I'm just a practitioner. I love cats too. Cats are awesome. My cat Zeus is a talker. Like he talks. He talks so much. He always gets so upset when his water bowl is almost empty, like his water bowl could be halfway full, and he'll start yelling at me. He yells about his food. If he doesn't like certain food, he'll yell about it. He'll wake up at 1 in the morning. If he wants water, he'll yell. He's crazy. Yeah, cats that talk are funny. Oh, that's a cool name. I like that name. The way I feel about dark workers and light workers, I feel like they're one and the same. I feel like there's so many people who clash with each other when they do the same thing. Do the same thing. Cats have saved my life too. I fucking love cats. Oh, I just saw the card, Beelzebub's card come up right now. And I have been literally seeing so much references, well, so many references to Beelzebub, like on TV and things that Jupiter's doing. Like she'd be watching a random video on TikTok that has nothing to do with demonology, has nothing to do with any demons, and Beelzebub's name will pop up. A movie I was watching that had nothing to do with demons mentioned the Lord of the Flies. He was showing a book on the Lord of the Flies. In the middle of the fucking movie, this guy is like stuck in this time loop. He ends up at his wedding, right? He goes to church. A flock of pigeons flies into the church, knocks over a fucking thing of something that had fire in it, and the whole church got set on fire. And and I was just like, this is definitely Beelzebub. So then I had a fucking dream of this energy that was trying to connect with me that looked like him, and it was in fact him. Any good grounding techniques? I love connecting to nature. I love connecting with the trees. I love connecting with the outside world. So when I want to ground, I just walk outside without my shoes on the concrete, walk without my shoes on in the grass, just walking outside, enjoying the sunshine, envisioning the sunshine coming into your body, through the top of your head, moving through and pushing all the energies that you don't want out of your body. Yeah, meditation outside on shrooms is cool too. I wouldn't say it would ground you, but it would definitely connect you better to the energies of nature. Yeah, especially when you set your intention to connect with someone or to communicate with someone. Like, honestly, I haven't done shrooms in years. I haven't even done acid in a few years. Like, I haven't done any psychedelics. I do want to, but I haven't done any in a while. Yeah, crazy fucking times. It's funny that you asked that, Indigo, because I've been asked if I was a Freemason multiple different times. There's been people on TikTok who've been asking me if I'm a Freemason too. And there's been people who have been my fucking Uber drivers in the past. Well, I don't even need to take Ubers now because I have my first car. I bought my fucking first car, so it's exciting to have one now. But yeah, I've had Uber drivers in the past ask me if I was a Freemason as well. But no, I'm not. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like right in your face, like bam. It was just like that with Osteroth. So I was like, even though I'm a skeptic, I was still just like, look, there's no way that this cannot be messages from Beelzebub. There's no way that he's not trying to get my attention. I've been working very closely to the energies of death, working with necromancy, working with the energies of nature, working closely with the death essence. So I was like, you know what? It would make sense that Beelzebub would be trying to come through to me at this time. And yeah, then I remember I was working with the energies of the elementals, and I was doing a meditation, And I've never seen a squirrel in their hole in their house, you know? And it was really cool. And because I've done with meditation, there was a fucking squirrel that was just looking at me on the side from the tree. Like he walked down and he was staring at me. And then I got up and I saw the squirrel and we looked at each other and it just left. And then when I stood up and I walked around the other side of the tree, there was a squirrel that was just sticking his head out of the hole, just staring at me. I thought it was cool. I wish that I could actually go into their little holes and see, see what it looks like. It'd be cool to see what it looks like inside of there. Obviously, they're not going to have like any furniture or anything, but I just think it'd be cool to be able to go in there and see how they live. They sleep in there, they store their food in there and stuff. It'd be fascinating to see what it's like from their perspective, becoming a fucking squirrel, you know? I would recommend someone like Lucifuge, Zigam, Shax, Rom, Nibirius. Nibirius is awesome for Shadowmancy. Botus is awesome for Shadowmancy. Marcosius, Bathine, Moloch, Bifrons, Lucifer, Amdusius. Amdusius is great with Shadowmancy. Balaam too, yeah. I just haven't worked a ton with Balaam. That's pretty crazy. Suddenly they're eye to eye with a deer or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then they're just like, bam, they're just staring at you. Yeah. It was a confirmation to the ritual I was doing because I was doing rituals to, to the dead fae. So yeah, it was very interesting to be connecting to that and seeing stuff like that happening. I even did a little video of the little guy sticking out of the tree. He was just sticking his little head out, just staring at me, and I'm like, this has never happened to me before. It was really cool. But yeah, you connect with nature on a entirely different level when you're out there like that. Yes, Balaam is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. Any more questions? I did see that someone said, have I ever worked with Oshun? Yeah, I've worked with the energies of Oshun briefly. Um, I'm no expert on working with her or anything, but yeah, I've experienced her. I've been possessed by her. Oshun is interesting, very seductive kind of energy, very loving, very similar to the energies of how Bune is. How Bune was. Bune was very loving, very seductive, but seductive towards yourself. Like you're loving of the self, cherishing your skin, cherishing and embracing all of your flaws, cleansing your energies, being one with yourself, you know? You guys will see me again soon, of course. Have a great day, Arctic. Thank you. That's pretty cool, Jacob. All right, no problem. No problem. Yeah, it's probably gonna take a while to upload when this is done, but it definitely should be up probably by tomorrow. This video was kind of long, but it'll be up. All right. See you, man. Have a good day. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off of this now, too. It's been a while. But I will be posting videos on here pretty soon. I'm going to be posting videos on TikTok. I'm going to be answering like responses of people here pretty shortly on TikTok. So if you guys wanted to see me active, you wanted to talk more to me, you can go to TikTok. You'll be able to find me on there. Like I'm always active on there. I try to post on there like every day just because it's a lot faster. But I'll see you guys. I really appreciate you guys. And thanks for 3K.